Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display, daydeal.com's own YouTube channel regarding product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Otterbox Defender case for the HTC Rezound. You are more than welcome to check this case out at its official website at any time. That is going to be located at www.otterbox.com. Now, we recently did a video review of Otterbox's other case for the HTC Rezound, that is the commuter case. You are more than welcome to check out that video, and we suggest you do so that way you can cross-reference it with this one that you're watching right now and compare the two cases and see which one is the best fit for you. For those of you who are not familiar with Otterbox cases at all, and especially their Defender series of cases, this is the go-to heavy-duty cover for any smartphone out there. It is recommended by a lot of folks, not just myself, but other reviewers and other people, quote-unquote, in the know. It does have some stiff competition from time to time. At the moment, there isn't any for the HTC Rezound, but in the future, you may even happen to see the Sadio Convert, the Ballistic HC, as well as the Trident Kraken. Those are names to remember because they are direct competitors to this case, in our personal opinion. But at the end of the day, a lot of people do choose the Otterbox Defender, not only due to its design. It's actually very sleek for a heavy-duty case. The belt clip holster is one of the best in the business, although there are some issues with it, and Otterbox does have outstanding customer service. So with all of those little things thrown in there, a lot of people do end up with the Otterbox Defender. So enough of me promoting Otterbox at the moment. I'm actually not paid by them in any way, shape, or form. The retail box is going to go bye-bye. That is the dummy phone on the right-hand side that we will be using in today's video demonstration. For those of you a little bit paranoid, those of you a little bit worried, that is the OEM display dummy phone, meaning that it's not the live phone. Obviously, it's dead, but it has the same exact size and dimensions of the real phone, so I guarantee you it's going to look exactly the same as the real thing inside the Otterbox Defender. So I've broken apart the Defender into its little components, all of its little pieces, I should say, and this is what it is all made up of. Starting on the left-hand side, we are going to take a look at layers number 1 and 2. This is the built-in screen protector along with the polycarbonate skeleton frame. Okay, the built-in screen protector is pretty self-explanatory. It is attached to the top piece of the frame, or layer number 2, I should say. It isn't exactly the most clear screen protector in the world. As you can see, there's a little bit of murkiness in it, but we feel for most intents and purposes, most people aren't going to mind, and when you turn on your phone, you're not really going to see much of a color difference, but I just do want to note that out there. Now, layer number 2, as we mentioned, this is a two-piece snap-on design, and on the inside of it, on the bottom piece, I should say, there's a thick layer of foam padding that you see right there with the Otterbox logo on it. And this is very nice because this adds a lot of cushion to the phone should it happen to drop inside the case, and more importantly, it doesn't rely entirely on the silicone skin layer, which is layer number 3 that you see right here, in absorbing all of that impact. Okay, it's always nice to have something inside to help reinforce things and just keeps the phone centered at all times. That way it doesn't kind of jostle around while it's inside that and damage the corners. Now, layer number 3 is pretty straightforward. This is a silicone skin. This is meant to reinforce layers 1 and 2. It's supposed to wrap around the skeleton, and it has dust covers over the USB as well as the audio jack that you see right there. I'll show you more of that in just a second. It also has coverings for the power button as well as the volume up and down rocker, and it's pretty thick. It actually holds its own shape if I just hold it in my hands like such. It's not the thickest we've seen, but that is because Otterbox has slightly redesigned the Defender cases to make them a little bit more streamlined, because in the past they were just a little bit too bulky and big for folks to handle. Now, layer number 4 is technically optional, but of course I think most people will use it anyway because they bought it with the case, so why not use it? This is the belt clip holster. It has a somewhat unusual design to it because Otterbox designed it in a way where you can actually double it as a kickstand as well, because this actually locks into place. So if you want to go and use it in kickstand orientation, you just go and do that, and then of course that belt clip rests against the surface. I'll show you more of this in a little bit later in the video, but let's go ahead and install the actual case onto our HTC Rezound right now. So layer number 1 and 2 is pretty self-explanatory. Just go ahead and clip it on. And there we go. Make sure everything lines up correctly. Layer number 3 is very tricky, okay? If you've never installed an Otterbox Defender case before, it can be a little bit daunting. You want to make sure that the skin wraps around these little hooks on the side. And then you also have to readjust the entire skin itself all along the little grooves on the front of the skeletal frame as well. Okay, so it sounds a little bit more complicated. If you need help, you can always, of course, refer to this video right now because I am installing it live. You can also refer to Otterbox's customer service center because they're always very friendly. They will actually guide you step by step in installing the actual Defender case onto your phone. So now that I've lined up the hooks, I have to go ahead and run along all these little grooves that you see right here. Push the skin up so that it falls into it, and then that way it lines up correctly. And you can basically just kind of get a sense when the case isn't correctly installed because everything just feels like it looks correct. Okay, nothing is loose. Everything is nice and tight. Checking the two hooks on the side, checking the little grooves. See, this one's a little bit loose right there. I have to readjust it right now. Now everything looks correct. Let's go and continue on with our 360 tour. Starting with the front of the phone, you can see that the lip that is created from the Defender is very thick, very robust. Okay, not only is the polycarbonate skeleton sticking out, but it's also reinforced on the sides via the silicone skin, meaning that if you happen to drop your phone and it dead drops on its face like so, it's going to be a-okay as long as the lip catches the impact first. Hopefully the screen protector will go and take care of anything else that happens to pass through it, but realistically speaking, if you drop this against something and it bypasses the lip and only the screen protector is standing in its way, chances are your phone's face is going to get damaged, but that is a necessary or I should say an unfortunate reality of the situation because of course there is a lot of space that is exposed that the lip can't catch. Moving on to the top, we have that dust cover for the audio jack. Okay, now the audio jack is slightly recessed inside the Otterbox Defender. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little bit in there. So straight connector tips should work just fine, but angle connector tips may have a problem. You want to use them from this side and this side only, so that way it has a better chance of sticking in. If you find this insufficient, they do sell 3.5mm extenders out there. Just go and Google them or search for them on your favorite search engine and you'll see what I'm talking about. And moving on to the top, we have a covering for the power button. It is nice and large and protrudes out quite nicely. The same thing can be said for the other side, for the volume up and down rocker switch. That protrudes out quite nicely, so it's very easy to press. Moving on to this side, we have an opening for the noise cancellation microphone, I believe, as well as the dust cover for the USB port. Okay, it's very important to have this type of dust cover. And these dust covers use the newer design. They're not the male plug tip. Okay, they're the ones that actually fit into the case themselves. So it's very, very easy to take off the dust cover. At the same time, very easy to put it back into place. Okay, it's a design we absolutely love. Moving on to the back, you can see the opening for the speaker, and on the bottom, an opening for the microphone, which is very important. People need to hear you when you talk, as well as the opening for the camera lens and the LED flash. This is how it all looks. And let's go and showcase the belt clip holster. Now what's nice about this particular belt clip holster is that you can actually use it face in as well as face out. Okay, and the belt clip on the back actually locks into place, which I showed you a little bit earlier, and that is done on purpose so that way it allows you to use your phone in a kickstand fashion. Okay, now speaking about the belt clip itself, this is a nice sturdy metal hinge belt clip. Okay, should be able to take a lot of abuse. I'm going to go and do that one more time for you and show you those two little hinges like there, which are made of metal. And it's kind of like an alligator clip, if you know what I'm talking about, in those office environments. So this is very, very sturdy. There have been some complaints about this piece right here breaking off. Okay, we haven't seen it ourselves, but we can actually kind of understand what they're talking about, because you do have to lock this into place often, and a lot of people have been complaining that this piece right here is a little bit frail because it is the thinnest portion of the belt clip and it's only made of plastic. Okay, so please keep that in mind, that if you are going to lock it into place, if you are going to use it as a kickstand, you want to make sure you fully press and depress that little piece right here. Don't just kind of snap it off and do that. Okay, that's bad. Okay, you want to just pull it all the way out, and then it's going to kind of gently lower the belt clip, and that's exactly what you want to do. And there we have it, folks. I should say, folks is a made-up word. This is the Otterbox Defender case for your HTC Rezound. Now, closing thoughts and comments. Remember that this is a heavy-duty case. It's meant for people out there that feel that their phone is going to be in imminent danger from the elements or from themselves. And if you need something a little bit slimmer, something a little bit thinner, please check out the Otterbox Commuter. We don't see any real issues with the Otterbox Defender case because it's the same design that we've been reviewing for many other smartphones out there, and it works. Otterbox has that simple philosophy: if it's not broke, why fix it? And of course, we would agree for the HTC Rezound. So feel free to check it out on their official website once more at www.otterbox.com. Feel free to check it out on our own website as well at www.daydio.com, where we're always trying to get more stuff for your HTC Rezound. And keep following us on our YouTube channel, Daydio on Display, for more product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Thanks as always for watching.